It's time for our December cuties. We're actually a little late. Are you ready? Hey everyone, Cristin Som here, and it is time to start prepping for our December cuties. We're a little bit late, I'm sorry. We had to finish our Nativity Bench Pillow since both projects are December projects. Thank you for your understanding. So now it's time to get started. So we always start with a prep video so that you can start getting your fabrics ready if you choose. So a few things. Grab your packets. I haven't started yet, but grab your packets. If you haven't ordered packets, these things just make it so easy to keep our projects organized. I will add a link here of where you can purchase the packets. It comes, I think there's 35 in a packet. I've bought 2 packets and I've got them for various projects that I'm working on. So these are great. The other thing that you'll need is the box to hold the packets. And the one that I use, I got from Target a billion years ago, but I found one on Amazon that is the same size, same dimensions, works great for our packets, and it's clear so you can see through that. So I'll add a link here for the box so that you can get that to hold your packets, all right? So that's the way to get everything all organized and ready for us. All right, so I'm just going to go over step by step every fabric and let you know if there's any changes to it. All right, so I am stabilizing, I believe, all the fabrics. I'll let you know, actually not the back fabric. I'll let you know step by step, but I'm using the Kimberbell fusible backing for stabilizing my fabrics. And then I'm using the Kimberbell project batting for cutting the batting. And I will add a cut guide for the batting cuts. All right, and it's actually the same every month, but I always dress it up to be for that month. So there's one specific for December. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So I'm on page 22, and you can see that there's a list of all the different fabrics that are included in our fabric kit. And I'm just going to quickly go over. There's also the threads. And for the threads, I already picked out what threads work with these fabrics. And I just pulled them from my stash. So there is a list underneath this video in the video notes for all of the thread colors that I'm going to be using so that you can use something similar from your own stash if you prefer. Our sponsor, My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, does have a small little thread kit for every month. And there is one, I think there's 2 different versions. There's a Glide one and that other brand that is in the little container. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but those are available also from our sponsor, My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. So the fabric kit is from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. It comes with everything that we need to be able to complete this project. All right, so let's go ahead and go over each of the fabrics. So the first one, I've already cut these. This is the first one. So fabric number 1. And I'm just going down the list from page 22. All right, so you can see it's a green silky solid, no design on it. And this is for our geometric background. This is for our center blocks. And we're going to just go by the cut guide. So there's no changes on this. I'm not going to read each of the cuts unless there's something different. So this one, no changes on it. It's number 1. I did back mine with fusible stabilizer. I'll go over that more when we get to that block. All right, so right now it's just fabric prep. All right, and this is number 2, and these are the only 2 that I've cut so far. But this one is the green with flowers all over it. All right, and this one is for the triangles. We're going to use this for the Christmas tree lighting tree. And that one, no changes on it. Just follow the guide that's on page 22. All right, and then let me turn this down so I've got them in order. And then the next one is this green. I call them snowflakes on there. I don't know what it actually is, but I've always called them snowflakes. So this is fabric number 3, and no changes on that one either. You can see it's green with snowflakes on it. So just follow the guide on cutting that. Actually, wrong. My mistake. I didn't update this. So this is for the outer borders. And for the outer borders, I always recommend cutting them a little bit bigger, and then we'll cut them down in assembly. Sorry for my mistake. So on this one, it says 4 pieces at 2.5 by 18. I'm going to cut mine 4 pieces, 2.5 by 20. All right, that's my recommendation for the outer borders. Sorry about that. All right. And then the next one is this gray with snowflakes on it. And this one is for our center blocks. No changes on that one. All right. Gray with little snowflakes on it is what I call it. All right. That is for the center blocks and no changes on that. And then for the triangle blocks, that's just a plain white silky solid, no design on it, and no changes on that either. We will subcut this, but I'll show that when we get to the triangle blocks, and I'll show that in photos when we get there. Right now we're just prepping our fabrics to get ready for playtime. All right, so the next one is this white with dots all over it. This is for our center blocks, no changes on that. All right, I'm just gonna stabilize that, get that all cut, and be all ready. All right, and then the next one is our corner blocks. This is the red stripe fabric. And for our corner blocks, so I always like to cut these, instead of the 4 pieces at 2.5 by 2.5, I like to cut them 4 pieces at 3 by 3. That's what I like to do on the corner blocks, and then I'll cut them down after we quilt them. So it's just a fabric scrap though, so it may not be enough fabric, so check yours. If you have enough to cut it a little bit bigger, that's great. If not, it's not going to be a really big deal. We can still quilt it and we'll just tape it in place. It's not a big deal. But if you have enough that you can cut it a little bigger, great. I would do 4 pieces at 3 by 3. This is for the corner blocks. All right. And then we have a plain red silky solid, no design on this. This is for the center blocks, no changes on this. We will keep this as is, just like the directions that are on page 22. All right, and then the next one is the houndstooth. I thought this was discontinued. This might have been extra. So I thought this was discontinued. I could definitely be wrong. Anyway, this one we are going to use for our center blocks. No changes on that. It's basically going to be an applique piece. So no changes. Just follow the directions on page 22. All right. And then we have this red with flowers on it. So this one does have some changes. This one, for inner border A, it says 2 pieces at 1 3/4 by 10.5. I'm going to cut this bigger. It's an inner border, so I like them to be bigger. So I'm going to cut it at 2 pieces, 1 3/4 by 12, just a little bit bigger, and then we'll cut it down in assembly. That's for inner border A. Then for inner border B, I'm going to cut it, instead of 2 pieces at 1 3/4 by 13, I'm going to cut it 2 pieces, 1 3/4 by 15. All right, that's for inner border B, just a little bit longer, and we'll cut it down at assembly. So the other thing is that this is for the binding as well. The binding, do not stabilize it. I do stabilize for the inner borders, but I don't for the binding. So I'm going to cut the binding off right from the start. All right, and then I'll stabilize the rest of it. So on here, it says to cut the binding at 2 pieces at 2.5 times width of fabric, and 1 piece that is 2.5 by 20. I just do 3 pieces at 2.5 by width of fabric. To me, that's just easier. And like I said, I just cut it right from the start so that I can put it aside without stabilizing it. But do you, whatever works for you, because you will have a little left over using that way. I just find it easier. So whatever works for you on that, but don't stabilize it. It really does make it harder to make those mitered corners when you stabilize that. So don't stabilize your binding fabric. You can on your borders like I do. It's up to you. All right, and then the last one is the back fabric, and this is a red silky solid. In the directions it shows this fabric, but I received this one, and that's perfectly fine. So whatever works, whatever you received is totally fine. So this back fabric, I don't stabilize it. Some choose to. I definitely do not, but that's up to you. So the other thing is, it says in here that we want a piece that's 24 by 24. This, I can tell you right now, is going to be a lot bigger than that, and I'm not going to cut it down until I'm done with the pillow top. All right, so that's up to you, but I'm going to wait until assembly to cut it down. But you want a minimum of 24 by 24. All right, and then we have the felt. So we've got this prickly pear felt, big piece, same as the directions say. Cut that down for our appliques, and then same thing with the graham cracker felt, same thing, what it says on page 22. Cut that as needed, as directed on page 22. And then we have our flexifoam, and again, same thing, just what it says on page 22. No changes to that. That did come in our fabric kit. And the other thing that came in our fabric kit is this whole roll of vinyl. Let's see, the applique glitter vinyl, and we need just what it says in the directions. So for the ornaments and for the bow. All right, and just like what it says, I'm going to go ahead and cut that. I might even wait to cut it. I'm not sure. I'll see, but either way, All good. All right, and then you need your threads. So like I said, there is a list of the ones that I've chosen underneath this video. And so I'm just going to start cutting my fabrics and stabilizing them and getting them in my packets, and then we'll get started. Like I said, I know we are starting a little late, and I appreciate your understanding. I'm one person. I can't do two projects that are due at the same time. So I decided to keep going with our nativity pillow to be able to finish that off so that we can have one done for sure for December, and then we're working on the next one, which we'll have plenty of time to enjoy it for December as well, but we're going to work through it pretty quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and get started prepping our videos to get ready for our December cuties. My shirt today, this is one we did together as a group. When we did the Candy Cane Lane bench pillow, we did this together as a group. It was a long video because it was a sew along together all at the same time. We all did it. So it was a long video, but it had lots and lots of tips and tricks about how to embroider on a shirt, and I added bling to it, and I really like this. The design was from Designs by Juju. I will add a link in the video description of where you can find the design, and the shirt itself is from Amazon. I love this one. I've got a bunch of them. I really like it. It's like stretchy, so it's easy to embroider on, and it's a really good fit. I will add a link here of where you can get this shirt. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. I really, really like this one. So I highly recommend it if you're looking to embroider on a shirt, and I've got a few tutorials on how to embroider on a shirt. If you go to Cristin Creates on YouTube, there's a little search bar, and that's within the channel. If you click on that and just type shirt, you'll see the tutorials for how to embroider on a shirt. All right, there you go. So how are you doing with your goals? So my goal for the entire Cuties project has been working on strength, and I got pretty sick in November, twice really, from 2 trips to the grandkids and just getting over it. And I feel really, really good. I'm doing really well, but I'm not back to my workout schedule because I've been really busy with the Christmas projects. So I haven't gotten back into it. I think I'll just leave that part off all of December while I get caught up, and at least get out for walks, because your body will do so much better if you're at least moving, right? And it's hard because it's raining and snowing and it's cold, and so it's harder to get stuff done, but thankfully my dogs need walks, so I always am getting some movement, and sometimes I'll just get up and go walk around my house to be able to have that movement, because I can tend to just work, and then your body just starts hurting. And the time that I feel it is the middle of the night. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my body's like, oh boy, not happy at all. So then I know I have not gotten enough movement during the day. So I probably will not focus on my goal during December because I really need to get caught up on this project. But I am at least going to get out for a walk. So share what you're doing for your goal. If you're going to be able to keep it up during December, I'll be super impressed, and I want to hear about it. Hey everyone, now that we are in the July through December book of our Cuties table toppers, I just want to show you quickly all the information that is underneath the video, since our other one is from last December. So open up any web browser and go to Cristin Creates on YouTube. From there, you can see all the videos, and I also want to point out, here's the playlist tab, and the playlist tab makes it so that you can see all of the certain projects that we have worked on. All right, any project that you're looking for a tutorial on, look in here for the specific project, including the Embrilliance Essentials tutorials. If you click on View Full Playlist down here at the bottom, a lot of people that are new to Embrilliance, we have a ton, like what is it, 114 videos. So if you scroll down to the very bottom, you can see the newer videos when we were just learning ourselves. And it also has information on how to do the wording and to move things around, and how to import your files to Embrilliance for the fonts and such. So all of that information. So back to the Cristin Creates page. So right here, you can open up any video. So let's look for one that is from our cuties. So here's our last cuties when we did the ending of the June. So if you just click on one of the cuties videos, and like I said, you can also do it from the playlist. Either way will work fine. But from here, underneath the video, so it's running an ad right here, and it will look a little different because I'm the owner of it. You won't have all of this information, but underneath the video, it's going to, let's see, right here. Oh, it's still running. This is a long ad, my goodness. So underneath the video, you can see that it says, click here to see links below the video. And then it starts to say, join the fun in our group project. And there's the video right here. I'm on a computer. So when I say under the video, I just mean under the video, right under here on a computer. On a phone, it's there's like an arrow on the right, I believe, and you click that and it has all the video description. So it's called a video description under the video. And so right here, see, it starts to tell you about the stuff that's under the video, and then it says show more. So click show more and look at all the information that I have included under every video for you. All right, it has all of the links. It has the information about upcoming projects. It has our current affiliate link for our sponsor for our Cuties project. It has our coupon code and where to get the quilting bundle. All of that information, and then other supplies that people ask me about, of like the packets to organize your fabrics. All of that information is right below there. It's also got our affiliate link for Embrilliance Essentials. I am an affiliate with Embrilliance Essentials, and I'm teaching a lot of Embrilliance on most every video. And then next up, we have what's coming up next, which is our Falling for Autumn, and the glide thread colors are always listed. All the information. I also include information about my shirts. I'm not wearing an embroidered shirt at the moment, but when I do, I include that information because I get a lot of questions about that. So all this information is under the video. So whenever I say under the video, it's literally just click that show more button and you'll see underneath the video all the information. All right, and then if you are in the market for Embrilliance Essentials, I'm going to be showing that a lot. So here's the Embrilliance Essentials link right here. Click on that blue link. It brings you to Embrilliance Essentials, and what it brings you to Embrilliance. And the program that I use is Essentials, the basic one. So right here, Product Essentials, or you can get it from the store. Either one of these goes to the same. It will take you to Embrilliance Essentials. You add it to your cart. There's no other information that you need to do. You just need to click on my link that is underneath the video, or add it in yourself. Either way, it's embrilliance.com/jam-affiliates/Cristin Creates. And that will put a little cookie on your computer saying that you are supporting Cristin Creates with your purchase. And you can get any of the items here. If you're into digitizing, you can do Stitch Artist. The Enthusiast program is the next one after Essentials that has a little bit more abilities, and that Thumbnailer. A lot of people love Thumbnailer. I haven't tried that yet, but that's here as well. So lots of things there underneath the video, all of those links. And when you go to our link for My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop right here, this blue hyperlink, you click on that and it brings you to their website. And same thing, it puts a little cookie on your computer. It doesn't actually take you to the product. So you would just go to the search bar and type in Cuties or Cuties 2 or whatever you're looking for our project, and see right there is our July kit that we're going to be starting soon. So this video just shows you how to find those links that are underneath every video. I hope this helps.